What's going on, guys? In this video, I messaged some of the biggest content creators on the internet right now and asked some controversial questions. And believe it or not, some of them actually responded. Personal inspirations of mine like Pokimane, Ludwig, Iron Mouse, and Mr.Beast got back to me. So make sure to subscribe and watch through the whole video to see their answers to these questions. So, the first question I asked a lot of these content creators was, what are their thoughts on AI technology? I didn't want to take it easy on them with the first question, and I wanted to dive into the deep end with a controversial topic. And the first person that was actually kind enough to get back to me was none other than Pokimane. She said, and I quote, "I think AI technology is inevitable and should not be feared. We should adapt to the technology and use it to our benefit. We should embrace it and try to control it instead of fearing it and thinking it will bring destruction. In my opinion, humans are really interesting and we have the potential to be able to learn from technology and benefit a lot from it. It is definitely really interesting to me and I would love to study more about it. I think people are thinking about it in too much of a negative way. I'm not saying we should ignore any dangers it may have, but if used right, it could help us a lot. Smiley." Wow, safe to say that Poki definitely seems like she's pro AI. The next person who got back to me was actually the inventor of the world famous dance to Luddy, Ludwig. And he said, and I quote, "I think AI is a very cool and potentially life-changing tool for humans. And I'm really excited to see it improve. We are still a long ways away from the types of AI shown in popular science fiction, but we will definitely get there. I still unfortunately fear the potential negative impact AI could have on our society, and I'm still very conscious of that. But all in all, I think AI is a great step for humanity, and I hope it can bring us closer together, not farther apart." Wow, it seems like Ludwig's a little bit on the fence, but definitely leaning towards pro AI from that statement. The next person who was able to get back to me was actually a big inspiration to me and a big inspiration to a lot of those in the VTube community. None other than Satan herself. That's right, Iron Mouse. Iron Mouse said, and I quote, "AI is very powerful and a little spooky, but as an artist, I love how AI can augment my own art with all kinds of styles. It's a great tool for artists and will grow to be even more powerful than it is now. We should also be very careful about how it is used. It can do incredible things, but those things can be incredible good or incredible bad. Like all technology, you get back what you put into it." Definitely feels like Mousy is more on the fence. I mean, she does have her artist perspective, which, she's definitely seems to be pro AI art at the very least. And the last person who actually got back to me, believe it or not, is none other than the man, the myth, the legend, Mr.Beast. Mr.Beast actually said, and I quote, "I think AI technology is a massive step forward in human society. AI can help us in so many ways, such as with things like climate change or medical science. I also think that it can be used for entertainment, in the form of things like AI generated art or YouTube videos made by an AI, for example. I think that AI is extremely useful in pretty much every field." I mean, you read it there first. Definitely pro AI opinions from Mr.Beast. And I feel like the craziest thing about all of their opinions, besides, leaning towards pro AI, is that that wasn't actually them. Yep, sorry for lying. Didn't actually talk to them. This is actually a Mellow Mind video. Please don't click off. Okay, please. Or do. I mean, it's valid. I did lie to you. But a Mellow Mind's where I talk about things on my mind. And what's been on my mind lately is AI. Sorry for lying. Again, just want to make one thing abundantly clear, just in case I don't know, someone clips or somehow for some whatever reason tries to take that out of context. Not the real Pokimane, not the real Ludwig, not the real Iron Mouse, not the real Mr.Beast. Sorry. They were busy, guys. I would have called them up on my phone, but I didn't want to bother them. But yeah, definitely, surely we're besties for real, guys. Surely. But yeah. Obviously, you knew that. You knew it was not the real version of them. I mean, I didn't even do a fake AI voice or fake AI video of them. I feel like part of the issue with AI stems from people who might not be able to tell the difference between what's real and what's fake, right? We can, but great grandpappy Mellow, who is living in the old country or whatever, right? Say he sees that quote out of context and he's like, wow, I don't want my grandkids to see Mr.Beast anymore because he's pro AI, and I don't want that because I hate technology or something, right? And again, Grandpappy Mellow entitled to his belief, Mr.Beast entitled to his belief. You know, believe what you want to believe. I'm not here to like dissuade you to be pro AI or negative AI. That's not the point of this video. I just want to talk about it. The first reason that AI really popped up on my radar and made me somewhat concerned, again, I don't, you know, just a little slight concern, not super fear level, right? We're not Skynet level fear yet. Please don't get to that level, right? But just a little bit concerned. Started with the whole conversation around AI art. AI art programs were going around online, and still are around online, where essentially, you know, you type in a prompt or whatever and it'll produce an image based on whatever you typed in. You know, you could type JPEG of a hot dog and then boom, JPEG of a hot dog presented to you. I feel like the main issue with AI art, in case you didn't know there was an issue or people opposing AI art, came from the artist community, right? As a VTuber, I have the benefit slash privilege of being somewhat like art community adjacent, right? You know, a lot of VTubers would not be where we are today without the art community. Shout out to you guys. But a lot of artists online were really taking the release of AI art like negatively, and I personally feel like rightfully so. Now, some people might chalk up their negative reactions to like, oh, they're just mad that this technology is going to get rid of their job or do what they do better or X, Y, and Z, whatever. But I think the main concern, and artists, if you're an artist, correct me if I'm wrong, right? I don't speak for all artists, but I think the main concern stemmed from essentially AI art, one, being presented by people as real art despite it being not. And again, what defines art, that's a whole other question. But art made by a human, that's what I mean by real art. Essentially, one concern was people presenting AI art as art they made themselves, right? And the second being that a lot of the AI art algorithms and programs were trained using real artist art without their permission, without their consent. That's the big key thing that makes me not really want to participate in AI art personally. You know, a lot of artists online were very much against AI art, and I felt like they were valid in being against AI art for the reasons that I brought up. Artists spend so much of their time like getting better at art, perfecting their craft, developing their style, right? Learning anatomy, color, shading, etc. And I don't think many of the artists were upset that the AI could do what they do faster, you know, slightly a little more wonky, right? You know, it's not, you're not getting a crystal clear image yet. One day you might though. But again, the fact that these AI art programs were sort of built using the art of artists without the permission of artists, I think is something that was very flawed and personally left a bad taste in my mouth in regards to AI. You know, you might have seen online a lot of artists protesting the use of their artwork in AI art. I feel like it would be less of a bad situation if the people who were training and creating these AI art programs would have asked for permission or consent from artists first, right? Instead of just taking everyone's art to train these algorithms to replicate art in the style that so many people have like worked to develop, I feel like is not okay. Personally, I don't think the people who did this are like morally corrupt, evil supervillains who are like, I can't draw a circle, so now I'm gonna create a whole algorithm to do what I can't do because I want to spite artists who have the time, patience, skill, and talent and hard work and whatever it takes to be able to draw good, paint good, sketch good, digital art good, etc. Now, another reason that AI popped up on my radar was, of course, of the streamer deep fake corn video situation. I'm not gonna bring up names because I'm not a drama channel. I'm not gonna like try to bring more attention to it in that sense. So I'm gonna try to give you a spark notes of what happened. Oh, also, corn, replace the C with a P. I don't know what I'm allowed to say on YouTube. But yeah, just a quick spark notes in case you haven't heard of it. This catch you up to speed so we're on the same page level. If you want to add more, if I forgot to add something or like a nuance that I didn't know, again, let me know down below. Like, hey, Mellow, you forgot this thing. But yeah, just try not to mention names or whatever. The people involved have gone through a lot personally. But if you don't know the situation, there was this Twitch streamer who was live. He accidentally alt-tabbed and showed his like Chrome browser tabs that he was looking at, and one of them happened to be deepfake corn videos. So yeah, in case you don't know, AI deepfakes, what they do basically is they put your face or someone else's face on the body of someone else. If you're having a hard time like picturing it, just think like Snapchat or Instagram filter, but instead of putting cool sunglasses and a mustache on you, I don't know, they put Danny DeVito's face on your body. Shout out Danny DeVito. See, that could be like a fun technology. Like, oh my gosh, Grandpappy Mellow, I put his face on this body and look, now he's doing the Luddy or something, right? Haha, funny. But this situation was not funny because the faces that were used in these videos were first of all used without consent, and second of all used in videos that were sexualizing the victims, right? They're victims of AI deepfake corn videos. So essentially the videos were of like popular female Twitch streamers, and they would take the faces of these female Twitch streamers and put them on the faces of adult content porn star actors. I feel like I don't have to say this, but due to a lot of the reactions I saw online to this situation, I'm gonna say this. If you're watching this far, I feel like you somewhat maybe agree with me. I'm preaching to the choir, but that's not okay. The AI deepfake corn videos are just morally not okay. Just that's that. Right? I don't think I need to say this, but it seems like I do, because a lot of the reactions online were very much of dismissal, negativity, and like harassment towards the women who were victimized by these deepfake corn videos, right? A lot of the online reactions that I saw that like really made me also want to talk about this more were like ones that were like, it's the internet, what did you expect? Don't act like you don't like the attention. You're making money off this because it gives you free exposure or whatever. Just really bad takes. That's the nice way of putting it. Just wrong. If you somewhat agree with those takes and you're watching this video, maybe click off, maybe try to self-reflect. But yeah, just horrible takes to the reaction. Again, not everyone's reaction was that to the situation, but you know, unfortunately, in my opinion, a vocal minority was very negative towards the victims of this situation. But yeah, like imagine the dangers of AI in regards to deepfakes, right? I don't really want to talk about the deepfake corn situation more, but right, say for example Bob, again, sorry I'm using your name, random Bob, but it's the easiest like fake name ever, I think. Say Bob is, you know, enjoying their day at work, school, or in town, and then all of a sudden everyone's phones go off, boop 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 boop, and it's a video of Bob and he's kicking a puppy or something, right? Again, not using corn in this situation, but if you know, just something you would never do. Picture a video of you, it looks like you doing something you would never do, right? Like that is just like crazy to me. that can exist. And people who know you, right, your friends, your family, like certain people who are familiar with you, right, they'll probably be able to tell like right away, oh, that doesn't look like Bob's hands, or Bob doesn't dress like that, or Bob isn't that tall or that short, or whatever. People who know you might be able to tell right away it's fake, sort of like how you could tell right away that the quotes at the beginning of this video were fake. But say there's someone who doesn't know you at all. Say oh, Uncle Mellow, uncle, grandpa, old peepaw, Grandpa Mellow off in the old country sees that video and then is like, wow, I hate Bob now. And then they share that video and they're like, check out what this horrible person did. And then that video gets shared, that video gets shared, that video gets shared, boom, 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 boom. And then it's covered by the news, because you know the news, they have nothing to talk about, surely. So they cover you saying you hate puppies on the news, Bob. And then all of a sudden, whenever someone looks up Bob on the internet, all they see are videos of you saying I hate puppies, and like that's the one thing that's like associated with you for the rest of your life, even though you at no point said that, right? That's a horrible thing. I feel like we can all agree that that's messed up, right? Sorry, bringing it back to the corn situation, just because that is more ethically like unambiguous in my opinion, right? Like it should be like very obvious that it is wrong. These content creators, they weren't known for making porn, they weren't known for making adult content, and even if they were, it still wouldn't make it okay, right? But the reason I bring that up is because these content creators, they specifically chose to not make that type of content in the online content creation industry, right? They probably could have made a lot of money, right? Like they could have, if they wanted to be seen in that manner, you know, they could have, you know, started in only clubs or something. Sorry, fake name. I don't know if I can say it on YouTube, but you know, they could have made that content if they wanted to, right? And they probably could have made a lot more money than they are making now, let's be honest. But they chose not to, because they did not want to be seen by the public in that manner. But these deep fake corn videos took that choice away from them. They chose to not be seen in that manner, and these videos took that choice away from them. They basically were seen by people in a sexual manner without their consent, and these videos were made just for the self-gratification of these like really morally corrupt people. That's the nice way of saying what I'm gonna say. I don't want to get heated or like mad or anything, right? But these morally corrupt people essentially objectified these women, right? And I know what you might be thinking, oh, who cares? Well, not you. I feel like you watching, you probably agree with me. But like there are some people out there who might be thinking, who cares? They're women, etc., etc., and then continue to spew toxic masculinity and misogyny, you know, machismo, etc., right? And you know, I know this is weird because this started off being a topic of AI, and now I'm talking about masculinity and objectification of women, but it's interlinked with AI. Like say you, for some reason, if you're still watching this and you disagree with me, thanks for sort of keeping an open mind. Hopefully this can maybe convince you, right? Say you, someone who disagrees with me saying it's wrong and objectifying women, right? Like, what if it's you doing something you don't want to do, right? Say a person watching who disagrees with me, say they identify as heterosexual, right? Or straight, if you don't know what heterosexual is, right? Say you're straight, and a video of you online, you know, goes viral, and it's you doing sexual acts on another man, and you would never do that, right? Because you identify as straight, right? That's your sexual orientation. But now that video is all over the internet. I feel like this is very, like, obviously you'd be like, what the heck? Like, you might be angry, you might be sad, you might be embarrassed, you might, you might be like, what the frick, right? I feel like valid, whatever emotional like response you have to that, I feel like would be a valid one, because again, you were seen in a manner that you would not want other people to see you as. You would not want to be seen that way, right? But now you are seen that way, whether you like it or not. And again, that's just one of the dangers of AI. And again, the AI didn't do this itself. There was like a person who made the videos, right? I'm not blaming AI as a whole, right? I am very on the fence about AI because it depends on who's using the AI. We use AI technology to help teach kids. We use AI technology to help develop cures for things, etc. I think that would be cool. I think that would be cool. But say some bad guy uses it, let's take it to a political route. Some bad guy uses it and makes a deep fake of the president, and this actually has already happened, right? But most of it has been done for jokes. But say AI technology gets so good that someone makes a deep fake of the president, and it's just like crazy, and then boom, that president gets impeached or whatever. Or say someone makes a deep fake of your principal at school, and then boom, they get fired, right? Like these products that are made with the tools that are AI can have like serious repercussions on people's lives, and have had serious repercussions on people's lives, and as AI technology improves and only gets better, it's going to be harder to tell the difference. You were very easily able to tell the difference between the fake text messages I got from those content creators, right? But what if one day you can't tell the difference? What if one day I upload a video with a AI deepfake of Mr.Beast, and then I fake his voice, and it looks super real, it sounds super real, but Mr.Beast never doesn't know who I am, right? He would never, well, I don't know, I am Mr.Beast, hit me up. But like at this point in time, he would probably not come to me to talk about AI at all, right? That's not something he would probably do. It's something he'd probably be too busy, he's out there saving the world, to do, right? He wouldn't make sense. But if I show you him talking to me, it sounds like him, it looks like him, even maybe the things he's saying sound like what he would say, maybe even the beliefs line up, right? That is scary to me, right? Again, not just more like, oh man, it's dangerous, that's a little cautious. Like I need to be careful about what I see. Well, you always got to be careful about what you see online, but again, like, oh snap, like I thought that video was real, but it's not. I think that's where AI gets scary to me. What if one day we can't tell the difference? And the thing is, I think that day is gonna happen. I think the way technology is advancing, it will eventually happen. Hey, Editor Mellow here. Sorry for the interruption. Gonna make this real quick. So while I was editing, apparently an entire Seinfeld parody that was created by AI, like the script, and I think the graphics as well. I think the voices were text to speech, but all of that made all by AI, streaming on Twitch, apparently was banned because of a hiccup with the self-moderation of the AI, causing it to unfortunately say transphobic remarks. I don't know anything else more than that, but I thought that was just crazy and I wanted to mention that. And then also, shout out Philip DeFranco for this. He showcased how crazy well AI voice replication technology is getting. I'll link the episode to that below somewhere if I don't forget, if you want to watch that. But basically he showcased like deep fake audio, I guess. Fake AI replicated audio voices of Belle Delphine and like President Biden. And just thinking of that being combined with AI deepfake video could be pretty scary, and make it even harder to tell the difference. Okay, that's all I had to say. This video is already long enough as it is. I gotta go. Bye. If we can't tell the difference between what's real and fake in terms of what we see, and what's gonna stop people from getting back at us, you know? Hey, Bob, you accidentally cut in line in the coffee shop. I know you didn't mean to, but now I released videos of you saying you hate puppies, and now your family hates you, and it looks like you, right? It's not like the earlier examples where like your close ones can tell it wasn't you. Now the technology is advanced so much that it looks exactly like you, it sounds like you, and now people can't trust you, right? And it's not your fault. Like, well, you know, maybe don't cut in line, but like it's not your fault, right? That response is not valid or worthy of someone, you know, cutting in line. But it's not your fault that everyone hates you just because of a video that it's not even you. It's not your fault.
Don't do this to me, man. Not you, man.
Right? It's just something that has been on my mind a lot. Mellow mind. So yeah, I don't really have much to add. I don't think AI is like this evil technology. I don't think it's inherently like a super good technology. I think it's a tool. I know I've said that a lot already. Maybe I've cut it out, maybe I haven't, but it's a tool, and unfortunately it's getting more powerful, or fortunately, right? Again, it all depends on who's using it, and I'm scared of what bad people can do with it. And again, good, bad, it's relative, and you know, I'm not a philosopher, but that's my take on AI. It's a modern day cautionary tale. Okay. I think that's all I have to say. Thanks for watching. Remember that you matter, and in case someone's told you that today, I just did. So don't forget it, okay? Okay. Later. Have a good one.